Hey, what you doing, people of the interwebs? Today, I'm going to be opening up this guy. This is Transformers Transformers War for Cybertron Earthrise Trailbreaker. It's Trailbreaker is not Trail Cutter or Trail Guy or Trail... who do you call him? It's Trailbreaker. Back to his original namesake, into the... War for Cybertron line in his G1-ish form. So I've been looking forward to this guy. Even though this is definitely not the IDW Trailbreaker. IDW Trailbreaker was my spirit animal. You know, he was a one-trick pony with a drink problem. But Jesus, I've got a drink problem at the moment. I've not had a drink for 9 weeks so far. 9 freaking weeks. I just got fed up drinking at home and all this silliness, and I kind of just want to wait for a time and I can actually enjoy a drink with my friends rather than just chatting online and drinking rum. It wasn't a good look. Wasn't there was a period of time when there was no videos whatsoever, was there? That's because I was chatting to friends online while drinking rum, and no, not a good look. Here we go. Out of the box. Oof. He's a hefty guy. So far, usual stuff. Backing card, decoder. I can see the red anyway. There's no planets to decode on that, so useless. Instructions. We're going to try for the School of Hard Panther with this guy. I don't own Hoist, so I've not had a fingering around this mold, as it were. I mean, this is a retool of Hoist. But yeah, like I say, I don't own Hoist. And so this is my first experience of this kind of transformation, as it were. So we've got some twisty ties we're getting rid of. There's the back of his truck mode. There's a handy gun, hey. And let's see. So again, not as many twisty ties as some of the other guys to get out. But man, this clamshell is tight. Really around these wheels. Oh, I thought we'd cut you, twisty tie. It remains. There we go. But still, freedom for Trail Cutter. See, I'm still calling him Trailbreaker. So let's just do the wiggle waggle test. There's a bit of a rattle, but nothing's like seeming to be amazingly loose and flowing around. And I have seen people talk about Hoist. I know people have complained about how hollow it is. I mean, I can see some hollowness in there, but I don't know if it's the black that's kind of it doesn't jump out. It's not jumping out on me straight away. I was just having an eye out for it because, you know, I've heard that's a complaint with this particular mold, as it were. Maybe it's not as bad on this guy. I don't know. I've not seen anyone compare them. If you know, let me know below. As always, we like a bit of social interaction here, don't we? I mean, that's what we're here for. It's not all about likes and views. Fuck that. I would have given that up a long time ago if it was. This is about us all being fans of Transformers, getting on and having some fun with figures. And I believe, you know, that's what about. You know, I do like kind of reviewing a figure, but I think I much prefer this, like, unopening and just having a chat and kind of experiencing it for the first time with you guys. Yeah, it's they're doing so well on the faction logos at the moment. This tampoing at the moment. I mean, we're complaining about battle damage on Siege, guys. This guy doesn't have any battle damage. But before the battle damage, remember the horrible stickers of Power of the Primes. But now, this Earthrise is like, oh, well done, well done. Absolutely. Yeah, he's a sturdy block. There's something about, I'm not sure how well you're going to see it because it's black on black on black, but there's something always quite stoic about Trailbreaker's face, and this one, you know, especially so. You know, IDW Trailbreaker, he was a fun guy, but this guy, stoic, man. Yeah, love it. He's like, looks like a proper trooper. Like I'm stoic. I've seen some shit, and I'll make you see some shit because he's got his oh, this is not hologram protector, is it? That's the other guys. He's got a force field protector. He's the protector, man. He's gonna help you out. Or does he have both? I can't remember. They have various different abilities, but yeah, he's definitely a force field guy. So he's got that little there, and a little rocket launcher. Well, it's not really a launcher because it doesn't launch anywhere because it's attached to him. But a little shoulder cannon thing. And yeah, like I said before, we've got the back of the car, which is obviously some kind of from force field to real shield. And we've got this that can, I presume, go over his hand like so to do that G1 goodness. So let's just before we let's take that off first. No, we'll leave that one on. Take that off. Articulation. What can we see here? So, oh, that head, the ball joint on that head. I presume because it was like that's a big block. You know, that's Frankenstein's monster of a block. I presumed it wasn't going to have much movement at all, but there's loads. That's very expressive. Oh, that is a very that is like the perfect amount of distance. That is a perfect amount of distance on a ball jointed head, if you ask me. That is marvelous. Yeah, sorry, I'm just getting put off that. So these can fold down should you wish, and fold back up. So that's a little extra point of articulation for his weapons. Shoulders, these are at an angle, but they don't really seem to want to move anywhere. But he does get a full spinny around at the top of the shoulders there. And he's got another shoulder joint here, which can go all the way up there, all the way down there. There's a swivel at the bicep. Nice deep elbow bend. And there is a wrist mushroom peg, so that can twist around. Yeah, good. That's a good amount of articulation on an arm. Waist swivel, I like to see. No ab crunch, but he does have universals at his hips, so you can fake some kind of fake ab crunch by getting to bow should you wish, because these legs will stay put there. Yeah, so they go all the way back, beyond all the way back, so they go, oof, look at that. That's as a chunky guy myself, that's a lot of leg articulation for a chunky guy. Yeah, all the splits. Oh yeah. Full thigh mushroom peg. A nice deep knee bend. Yeah, that's cool. Is there a... Yeah, you can double joint it. And as always, with this line, I've been very specific about giving ankle pivot. Look, oh. So yeah, you could just have this guy like, dun dun dun. He could stand like that, should he wish. I don't know why he'd wish to do that. He'd definitely need his force field out if he was doing that. To avoid a kick in the knackers, but it'd be low ground clearance anyway, so you know, it might avoid that kind of injury. Yeah, he's great. No, he's great. That is, I think he's going to be one of those guys who's really hard to pick up on camera because, you know, it's, you know, he's got his color scheme and he's sticking to it. So I like the bits, you know, black, you know, head, black face. He's got that blue visor. There's that bits of grey. I just like the little splashes of red, just to add that little bit of colour to him. Yeah. Which again, but he's also reflected, you know, the red on his shins and little details on his groins. At least from the back, from his ass, he's got a red ass like a baboon. But yeah, up here on the bar at the back of his head, there's that little bit of red as well. So it's that red, black, and little bits of grey, and then obviously on the chest for the Autobot sign, it's, you know, it's the black chest, and it's white. It's a white border, but you know, might as well be grey and the red. So it's kind of a reflection of that. Well, I like that kind of like how it kind of ties in, and it subtly just kind of matches that. Like that. Feels like, is this quite a big guy? He feels like he's quite a big guy. So we have him. He's a big guy. Look at that with sideswipe. Yeah. Let's get run amok. Yeah. So yeah, and also, you know, if you want to go with Marvel Legends figure, yeah. So that's it. When we first did this, we did who was Sunstreaker. He was kind of like, you know, a 6-inch scale figure, was quite a bit taller than him, but you know, Trailbreaker here, it's also a transformer, so he transforms and he's also sneaking up on him height wise, so that's quite cool. And Deadpool 2 wasn't cool the way they treated Shatterstar, by the way. And just for fun and giggles, here he is with your standard G.I. Joe, classic G.I. Joe, should we say now, size Zanzibar. Impressed, I am. Transforming him, I shall be. What the fuck am I talking about? Half the time we don't know. So I'll remove this. We'll move the arms to here for now. Again, I don't own hoist, so I have no idea what I'm doing right now. And he's a van type thing, not a car, so you know, it might be slightly different than what we get with those guys. So let's see that. Yeah, that pins back there. I reckon we're safe to assume that goes there. These feel like, yeah. It's been a while since I've had my G1 Trailbreaker out, but this feels very comfortingly familiar. So we're going to spin those round, just at the risk because these wheels are there. don't know, maybe not, maybe not, maybe we're not. Maybe we're going to spin it back round again because I forgot there's a double jointed knee there, so that means that these have the ability to fold all the way around, don't they? So get his legs like so. Presume these arms will fold down, and will those, yeah, those will peg into that side there. Yeah, these sides will peg in. Now then. Now the arms don't fold all the way like so, so I think we just have to tuck them up like in the back, maybe. Well, this comes round, but there again, it now feels like there's not enough room. So this is a game of playing hide the arms. So how have you all been? It's been a kind of stressful old year, hasn't it? But there's definitely a feeling that times are going to change. I think it feels like, even though we're not by the far reaches of things, we're not through this, but there's a definite mood that I think that time is changing, and I think there's a good wind, you know what I mean? There's a good wind, there's a good wind. Let's just put these up here for the time being while we figure out what to do with them. Because it feels like we're missing a step here. Yeah, like I say, it feels like we're on the verge of having something like normality of some kind returning in the not so distant future. For a while it's felt like, you know, that nothing would be the same again, but here we go. It's the reassuringness of these things. Maybe we have one arm up here, one arm down there, but this does not seem to want to go all the way. It's the problem with being discipling at the school of hard panther areas. Sometimes shit hits the fan and you don't know what quite how to figure out a transformation. But then you find a slot like these little tabs here that can slot in there. So you know that you don't use those for robot mode. So you know that therefore they must be specifically, yeah, for car mode. These little tabs go into the gutter of the wheel trim here. So we know we're on the right track. This is how you figure these puzzles out. next, not this, I don't know when you're watching this, but the 21st, Rudy Zazoo and some other good old YouTubers, Borders Dude, Junkeep Dave, to name but a few, the Transformers show. We're all going to be doing some videos on that Saturday. Blast from the past to look at some like various retro things. So not just Transformers, but no doubt will be some Transformers involved. But yeah, so if you're around on the YouTube on that day, feel free to check it out. Search for Blast from the Past on the old Facebook. If you're on that, you might be able to see some further information about which channels are involved and all that type of stuff. Yeah, I don't want to name any more channels in case I name most of them and forget someone and leave them out, because that'd be rotten for them. But we're getting closer. I'm just what we call in certain terms as I'm currently filibustering, because what I've just done has made no difference whatsoever. It's made no difference whatsoever. In fact, it's made it even less wanting to this to go into the back of that. So we're gonna try again. Oh dear me. I was so certain then. I was like, yeah, we've got it now, boys. And you know what? We ain't got it. We ain't got it. So maybe this doesn't go all the way up there. Rather, these kind of do something up here instead. Nope, right. We're breaking the rules, guys. We're breaking the rules. We're breaking. He's got me. He's like, I thought we were going to be pretty much 4 for 4 with this wave, but the little bastard got me. Right, these go in the front of the car. Somehow, some way. Do they? Right. We're at panic stage now, guys. We're at panic stage. Let's just move stuff around. Is there a joint we're forgetting about? That's the important thing. Is there a joint that's moving in a certain way that we have forgotten about? Or do we just have to now, at this stage, just kind of move stuff around and kind of vaguely wish that it goes together? So why do those bits fasten? That's weird. I don't know why those tabs can go into that bit when they don't need to. Right, we're having a... I'll twist these round. Is that it? Is that how his legs, his arms, is that how his hands go? They seem to fit into those wheel rails, but let's just get these, let's turn these wrists into at least a... I would not have guessed that, but here we go. I feel like I failed you, but here is Trailbreaker in his Explorer 4-wheel drive mode. Yeesh. There's nothing that... There's nothing that pulls down there. There's no like bumper or anything. That's... Yeah, he's got a big old... Oh, it's like a... It's like he's no teeth, isn't it? If he was in cars, it'd be a car guy with no teeth. Just be a set of eyes and a nose. Okay, right. So aside from that, yeah, he looks great. He looks great. Very compact. Eventually, got that signature yellow, orange, red details that Trailbreaker tends to have. Very retro kind of little splash of colours, and painted wheels, painted tail lights. Is that translucent plastic for his front lights, and a painted front grille? Wow. We shouldn't be surprised at these things or delighted at these things, but because they get mixed up so rarely, then oh, there you go. You know, there we go. And just that you know, that signature angular splash of detail that Trail Cutter has, along with this silver trim around it, really it stands out. And if you want, you can pop his gun up top. Yeah, I like him. I just think this definitely feels like there's something missing there. But yeah, it seems to roll really well. I say it's very compact. So we get next to a smoke screen. I should imagine that you know, smoke screen seemed like quite a small car mode, and this guy should be a big car, but he's a big robot as well. So I expect him to be a little bit larger, but he seems to be, you know, similar width. Obviously, he's a lot taller, but he's a lot shorter as well. I expect it to be just all in all a bigger vehicle in every dimension, but no, it is what it is. And it took a while to figure it out, but you know, that's not a bad thing. Sometimes having a little bit of frustration and having to consult the instructions is a good thing. Means they're doing something right. But once you know that trick, then they ain't gonna fool you again. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be fooled by that again. So yeah, I've enjoyed this wave. Really cool. I think as good as he is, and as good as that head sculpt is and ball joint is, I think these two are definitely my favourites. Sunstreaker, because I'm just so excited for this character and to get a representation of Sunstreaker. That this is his own guy. It was really appreciated, and Run Amok is just a delight, a surprising delight. So yeah, but anyway, we're here to talk about this guy, and I enjoy him. I just I think there's just something a little bit too dinky about his vehicle mode, and damn it, I had to use the instructions. Bad Richard. Join me next time. We'll be looking more Transformers, probably, and more other cool things. Join us on the 21st of November 2020, when we'll be looking at some retro things. And like, comment, subscribe, I suppose, and be excellent to each other, more importantly. Party on, dudes. And let's bump fists, shall we, for the 4th time this week. Bestow! Bestow!